I'm going to try to enter deep flow faster than my phone can distract me. And I'll show you how you can do that too. Flow state is when working and coding feels effortless. But most people never reach it, because their day starts with distractions, notifications, scrolling, and noise. As a developer and computer science teacher, I've learned how to break that. Today, I'm showing you the exact habits and apps that actually get you into flow. And as a side note, I'm not sponsored by any of these apps. The main problem is distraction. And as a computer science teacher, I see this every day. My students aren't struggling with concepts of loops or variables. They are struggling with focus. Notifications, overwhelm, doomscrolling. Teaching made me realize something important. If you can learn to protect your attention, you can learn anything. And the funny thing, I'm learning too. As a teacher and developer, I pick up new tools, new workflows, new concepts every single day. But what is flow? Flow is an altered state of consciousness that is thought to occur when we are fully engaged in a relatively challenging task or activity that is matched to our skills. The phenomenon has been scientifically investigated for over 50 years, after first being elucidated by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi in 1970. The key message for today: flow isn't just luck. Your brain actually switches into a special mode. First, there's a tiny stress spike. That moment when you think, okay, I need to start now. Then the salience network kicks in. That's the part of your brain that decides what matters and what doesn't. It drones out notifications, irrelevant thoughts, and everything else, and hands control over to a flow network connecting focus and reward systems. Challenge skills balance is the golden rule of flow. We pay most attention to the task at hand when the challenge slightly exceeds our skill set. And that's when programming or working on any task suddenly feels easy. Time flies and your code works and you're fully immersed. The cool part? Apps or using the Pomodoro technique help your brain to do exactly this. Reduce distractions, send clear signals, and make it easier to flip the brain's flow switch. My system starts here. In the morning, a glass of water, daily morning routine, espresso, sunlight, noise app, notes, one intention for one calendar slot. My first goal each morning isn't to code, prep for school or grade student work. It's to protect my focus before I need it. I switch on Do Not Disturb as soon as I wake up to avoid falling into social media or doomscrolling. After a set period, I briefly disable it just to catch up on notifications. Then it's time to teach. As a computer science teacher, I spend the late morning till lunch guiding students through short, focused 15-minute sessions, each followed by a 5-minute break. We work together on group projects and I coach them on staying focused and productive, giving them space to develop. Post-teaching and lunch, I return home, mindful that without a reset, the afternoon could easily become unproductive. Therefore, I regularly hit the gym. Physical activity wakes up not just the body, but the brain. A short, intense workout or even light cardio gets my heart pumping, boosts dopamine, and primes my mind for deep focus. Science backs this up. Exercise enhances cognitive performance and improves concentration. Once I'm done, I set up my environment for deep work. Apps like Forest and Pomodoro timers help me stay on track and avoid distractions. By combining physical energy, structured breaks, and focus tools, I make it far easier to slip into flow and tackle the afternoon's coding or creative work. Let's be honest. Doomscrolling feels harmless. Just 5 minutes, then 10, then 30, and suddenly you're too drained to start coding at all. Your brain is overstimulated before you're writing a single line or done any work-related task. Even science agrees. When you start working and get notifications, this kind of distractions and interruptions are the #1 enemy of deep work and flow for developers. It even takes 10 to 15 minutes to come back into the flow state as a developer. I switch to Do Not Disturb mode when I know I can work uninterrupted for a certain period. If I know I need to be reachable or available, this approach isn't feasible, and I use that time instead for less demanding tasks. Noise became my first real focus tool. Not music, not silence. When I'm in Do Not Disturb mode, I play structured background sounds to help me focus. These sounds make my mind feel less chaotic. Science supports this. Low-intensity white noise can enhance working memory and improve the brain's ability to filter distractions. I tried the Soundscape app and was genuinely impressed by how much the free plan offers. You can connect your Spotify account to play curated tracks tailored to your intention, with playlists ranging from lo-fi and jazz to relaxing music, Chillstep and more. The app also lets you visualize your learning progress and focus streak, and you can mix music with sound effects like rain, fire or white noise to enhance concentration and support working memory. There are several other services like Endel or Brain FM that also use this approach. They are worth checking out, though most don't offer a permanent free plan. I also block any apps that might interrupt me during a focus session. Research identifies over 22 triggers for entering a flow state. Internal triggers include complete concentration, supported by blocking distracting apps, curiosity, autonomy, and maintaining an optimal challenge to skill ratio. When I need longer focus with a touch of motivation, Chillstep does the trick. It's soft, steady, and non-intrusive, enough to keep you in motivated rhythm while your brain works. Research even shows that music with repetitive patterns and minimal lyrics can improve attention and reaction time, making it ideal for entering a flow state. That's why I use specific Chillstep focus playlists or alpha wave music, which can enhance cognitive performance and are easy to find on YouTube. While I often use lo-fi, Chillstep or structured noise for deep coding sessions, high-intensity music like black or death metal support my workflow. The aggressive riffs and fast tempos boost energy and motivation, especially when I need to power through a challenging time or repetitive tasks. The key is to pick tracks that energize without distracting, letting the music fuel focus rather than fragment it. After setting everything up, hitting the play button, I try to avoid doomscrolling by using the app Forest. Here's how it works. You set a timer for a task and as a reward, you plant a virtual tree. If you open another app or start doomscrolling, the tree dies. If you stay focused, the tree grows. It turns out, guilt can be a surprisingly powerful productivity tool. It uses the Pomodoro technique, helping you stay focused for a set period of time, followed by a short break. The key is to use short, frequent breaks instead of long ones. This helps you slip into a flow state much faster. I usually work in 15-minute focused sessions, followed by a brief break. Science backs this up. Research on habit formation shows that consistent repetition, stable triggers, and positive feedback help build new habits. Apps like Forest leverage these principles by encouraging structured focus sessions and giving immediate feedback. Over time, this can help turn attention into a habitual skill. Previous studies reported that flow states often occur during challenging activities that are not necessarily tied to external rewards, such as learning, gaming, sports, and creative activities. When engaging in these activities, people tend to perform them for their own sake and care less about external factors. They derive satisfaction and pleasure from the activity itself. That said, don't rely on the app forever. Just focusing on the achievements can actually become a distraction. Real, lasting focus comes from intrinsic motivation, doing it because you want to, not just for the app. Not boring habits feels like a game. It makes consistency fun. And consistency is exactly what helps you to get into flow. The key is to integrate daily working sessions using the flow state and these tools rather than doing it sporadically. Research shows that habits take 2 to 5 months to stabilize, depending on frequency and choice. These small daily rituals are like deposits into your future flow bank. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to slip into productive, focused state. I try to avoid complex tools. Friction kills flow. Many note-taking apps are packed with features which can be overwhelming. Apple Notes is instant, light and accessible. Keeping it simple lets me focus on setting up to-dos or creating quick reminders without getting lost in the tool. When I need more structure, I choose a note-taking app that you can personalize. I recently tested out Notion for organizing the YouTube content plan and app ideas. Integrating roadmaps, learning dashboards, tracking small wins. This app covers it all. Flow doesn't just happen. You set the environment, sound, simplicity, intrinsic motivation, one clear intention. Block distractions, start the timer, and suddenly the world goes quiet. Even developers in studies show that they enter flow state when they are intrinsically motivated and find their work inherently enjoyable. Flow is strengthened by autotelic experiences, where tasks feel personally rewarding and engaging. Key conditions for flow include clear goals, immediate feedback, and a balance between task challenges and the developer's skills. Development tools like IDEs support flow when they are efficient, flexible, informative, and intuitive, and when developers feel they have a choice in using them. I use Visual Studio Code and I love all the crazy extensions you can get. You can spawn Pokemon right in your editor, turn coding into a power mode, or even have a duck eat your buggy code. But as fun as these add-ons are, they can easily distract you from actually getting work done. Still, I enjoy personalizing the look and feel of the tools I use every day. It makes the experience more enjoyable without derailing my focus. It's tempting to try every new app or productivity hack. An achievement here, a reward there. A streak here, a badge there. But too many tools can actually distract you instead of helping. My advice, stick to a small set of tools that fit in your workflow and use them consistently. Less is more. This creates a clear structure that supports your focus instead of pulling you out in 100 directions. Flow isn't about pressure, it's about rhythm, small wins, tiny habits, and daily consistency. Dinner marks the end of that loop. Today I stayed focused. I learned something. And tomorrow that loop is going to start again. If you're a beginner developer, focus is your superpower. Not speed, not knowledge. Build the habit of getting into flow state first. Skills comes next. Find a quiet environment and block out distractions. Break tasks into smaller, manageable segments and set clear end goals that are challenging but not too easy or overwhelming. When working on portfolio projects, choose topics that spark your curiosity. Projects that are new allow you to pick your tools and tech stack and align with your interests and passion. You can further stimulate flow by trying out new activities or approaches, taking on unique challenges or exploring different perspectives and ideas, and breaking routines by stepping outside your comfort zone. Stay focused, stay curious, and be consistent. And as always, keep on building.